Today we're installing a new doorbell in our house here. The first step that you should take when you're installing anything that has to do with electricity is shut the power off. Now I'm at the side of the house here at the main panel. Now when you open the main panel you'll see basically a bunch of switches. That's really all this is. How a circuit breaker works is what it does is say for example your lamp goes out or something like that, or you have some wiring in your house that short circuits. Basically what a short circuit is if the hot and the neutral touch each other, it's a short circuit. This will sense that and trip out. You'll notice there's breakers with numbers on them. You have 15, 20, 30, 50, 100. Basically what that number stands for is if it's a 15 amp breaker, that means it's on like a smaller gauge wire. 15 amp circuits are mainly for like your living room outlets and things of that nature. A 20 amp would be more for your kitchen, and in today's new homes and in new panels, 20 amp would be for your bathroom and things of that nature. Now, a 30 or a 50 amp a 30 amp would be mainly for if you have a pool or a range, an electric stove. The 30 amp would be for that. That's what the circuit breaker is. And if you have a 50 amp, 9 times out of 10 that 50 amp is for your AC unit. So we're not going to mess with any of those. We're just going to leave those alone. And you can go through and research and figure out which circuit it would be to shut that off. But just for safety's sake, what we're going to do today is we're just going to shut the main breaker off. Now, when we shut the main breaker off, that will shut your whole house off. So what you're going to want to do is shut your computers, shut them down, shut your TV down, your video games, anything that's electronic. When you look in here, you'll see a breaker on most homes nowadays. It's either 60, 100, or 200 amp. They'll have the number written right on top of the switch. In older homes, you're going to find 60 and 100 amp breakers. In the newer homes, in the newer panels, you're going to see a 200 amp breaker. And the way you can tell that that is the main breakers is somewhere in that panel, it should say main service disconnect. That will shut the power off to the whole house. If you don't see that, basically it's the largest number breaker in your panel. So in this panel right here, it's 100 amp. It's labeled for me, it says main. I'm just going to shut that off now, and then that way we have all the power off. So I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. Okay, you hear it click, the breaker's off. I'm Chad Smith. Let's go ahead and get your new doorbell installed.